Hi, I'm here to talk about how I bought a building in Larimore, North Dakota, um, in the summer of 2017. 2004, I first realized um, what I was meant to do the rest of my life. I just didn't know exactly what that was, even when um, even when I knew, I didn't really get um, a full understanding, full picture of what I was really meant to do. In other words, in 2004, I realized and believed and was confident I was meant to start a business, where I'm my own boss, um, where I am the boss of a business. I did realize that believing about um, having a business organization as the boss of it. However, over time, I believed, I didn't really want to be a boss, but more of a leader, more someone to look up to. Even not to say a boss can't, but I didn't want that kind of job until where that goes into the whole thing with starting a nonprofit, or even starting a Christian ministry. Anyways, so fast forwarding it, that's 2004, into 2006, which is about 2 years later. The first time I can recall, not to say it didn't happen before then, however, it's the first time that I can remember looking at a building that's for sale, for rent, for sale, for lease, all that um, different things I noticed. And, looking at that and thinking to myself how I wanted to buy that building, rent that space, and just believing, that's what I will do one day. That's what I dream of. That's what I'm meant to do. And I didn't have the money at the time, so I didn't do it. Besides, could have also waited because I wanted to make sure this is what I'm meant to do the rest of my life. And fast forwarding about a little over 7 years later, and I started working on trying to start a nonprofit. And then not long afterwards, I started going to church regularly again, where I've gone to church off and on since I became born a Christian, even before then. And then I believed, and I like to say I'm confident and believe and know with and have faith that uh, I felt called to start a Christian ministry. And then in 2017 of this summer, I believed I should buy the building in Larimore, North Dakota. And not only did I believe it, I saved up enough money to buy the building. Didn't cost a lot. However, it cost enough where I had to save up for at least five to 6 months um, to save and then pay for it. not using the building, not able to use it because it's condemned. However, I believe that my dream of having not only a business but starting a nonprofit, not only starting a nonprofit but starting a Christian ministry, I really believe that was one way of it starting to come true. There's that possibility that nothing will happen to that building. Who knows what will happen to it after? Whether someone else buys it, and not able to use it at all, gotta tear it down, whatever. Or I give up on it, which again, someone else buys it or something, whatever happens after. However, I don't believe that will happen. I have faith and believe and hope, and will do what I can to not give up on this, and not give up on. When I say not giving up on this, with starting a Christian ministry, with working on a cause to make the world a better place, with having a career to improve the world, with many businesses, with different ways to make the world a better place, like better homeless shelters, thrift stores, and so much more. And then to that the building will get fixed one day, and use it for this cause. No, 13 years, 13 and a half, if not more, somewhere between 13 and a half to years to maybe a little over that. I took to end up buying a building. That dream that I've wanted for so long, I believe is starting to happen. Now we can't do things alone. I believe as a Christian we need God's help. We need Jesus' help, and God will have when it comes to things that are God's will. It won't just happen because of one person. It happens because besides most importantly, happens because of God and Jesus. That takes many people to make things happen. So I believe that God will have people that come in my life that could already be in my life and that aren't in my life, help make this happen with fixing up the building, buying more buildings, and so much more. To use those buildings and along with many other ways to make the world a better place. We'll be going out witnessing so people will know God and Jesus, creating better homeless shelters, creating more thrift stores to help people, helping people with addiction programs, having housing where we can have places where people can receive help, having to go into a Christian program, addiction program, even better schools as a possibility, and so much more. So much more. So this is a long video, one of my longer ones, talking about how I believe my dream is already starting to come true. However, I look at this as not so much even just my dream, but I like to believe and have faith and hope that it's God's dream of how each one of us has a dream that God wants for God wants the best for us. God has something special for each one of us. God has a will for us. And God wants our dreams to come true. That are things that God wants in our life, that God sees best for us. Not what we see as want our dreams to come true that aren't good, but ones that are good. The many things that God can see in our life that are best for us. And if we can just trust in God, if we can lean on God for direction, for what's best for us in our to live out God's will for our lives. no matter what happens, just I whether it be for my life, for others, how important it is to pray, to keep having faith, to keep looking toward God's will, and to do the best art we can, but with it, God and Jesus' strength. If you're not a Christian, look at this as a video to see as one my testimony, like or what I found as positive in a way to not give up and believe that things can happen when you don't give up and you keep trying, and how important it is to know that your dreams can come true. And even though, like I said, I haven't fixed the building and I'm not using the building, I'm maybe saving up to buy that building and then pay for it. That's a step in the right direction with making dreams come true, with making things happen, with having positive things happen in your life because you don't give up, because you believe in yourself, because you believe that great things can happen. You have hope, and you just keep trying to do the right thing. I hope the best for everyone. I love everyone unconditionally, even though I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. How important it is to make the world a better place. Most important thing is that I want to do the right thing and to love all unconditionally. And this cause is about loving all unconditionally and just doing the best we can, and about go above and beyond and make that difference for all. Hope you be part of this cause. Hope you found inspiration in this video, and know there's hope for all, and that we should love all.